Hi everyone, my name is Janine Klein and I'm here today to talk to you about something that's very important to our health, especially with the recent coronavirus coming out. This machine that you see over my shoulder here, this is called a Kangen water machine. It's made by Enagic, but there are lots of companies that make them. It's an alkaline water machine. And what it does is three things. It does, first of all, it has a titanium plate. Some of them have more plates than others. But what it does is the water goes through, your drinking water goes through the machine over the titanium plates, and it pulverizes the water molecule. When you put electricity to water, it pulverizes the molecules. See, water, we all know what water tension is. It's like when you set the pin on top of the water and it floats. There's a tension, and the reason that there's tension is because the water molecules have clumped in approximately 128 molecules. The molecules, okay, so that's the way they are. So when it goes over the electricity, it pulverizes it. So it breaks up the 128 molecule clumps to 7 or 8 molecules, each clumping together, which means the water you can't float a pin on it. The water is softer, I guess softer, if you want to describe it that way. So that's one thing the machine does. And I'll tell you what the benefits of the pulverized water in a minute. The second thing that the machine does is when you put two electrical, positive and negative, on something, there are certain elements in our water that will be attracted to a positive or a negative. Just like anything else in science, it's all polarity, positives and negatives. So what this does is the machine has two hoses. The water particles that are attracted to the negative side go to one tube and come out. The water that attracts other things to the positive side, that comes out the other side, which causes each one of those two separate liquids, water. One is an acid water, or a more acid leaning, and the other is more alkaline leaning. We want to drink the alkaline side for reasons that I'll explain in a few minutes. The third thing that the machine does is, because of this, when it's pulverized and the molecules are broken up and freed up, it frees up electrons. Now, electrons are good free radicals. So we have our bad free radicals that attach to our cells and mutate our cells and can cause cancer and other problems. There are free radicals that attach and they eat the water molecule off our cell. The cell is made up of a certain proportion of hydrogen or water and oxygen, and certain things in the air can pull off an oxygen or pull off hydrogen. That leaves a weak cell that any of these bad free radicals can attach to, and if they attach, they can weaken and mute. The cell becomes funky because these cells, I won't get into that right now because they do spread. Anyway, whole nother story. So anyway, those are the three things that the Kangen water machine does. Now, why do we want to drink this water? Well, for health. Our bodies on the inside should not be acidic, and we need water to reduce some of the acidity that's caused by our American diet. Our American diet consists of hamburgers, French fries, soft drinks, a lot of beer, lots of fatty things, and just bad things for the body. The body has to process all of this? Well, I'd like to preface why water is important to the body. Let me just go backwards and preface this. Water does something for your body. Obviously, we're 70% water, our bodies, and 90% water in our brain. Now, that's a lot of water, and if we're not drinking enough water, there is a certain amount of water in our foods and our fruits and things like that, but there's even water in beer, I would imagine, but it's not pure water. It's not microclustered water. 7 or 8 molecules is microclustered. It's not alkaline. One capful of soda, to neutralize the acidity of that cap, you would have to drink 2 or 3 glasses of alkaline water just to neutralize that capful of acidity. I can't stress enough how important it is not to be acidic, especially now with the coronavirus, because our immune system works best when we're non-acidic. So one of the good things is to drink this water. But trying to get back to what the water does, things ride on the water. Okay. Let me just say this. If we don't drink water, there are certain things that ride on the water. And that is, I want to say, it's melatonin, tryptophan, and I think it's tyrosine or tyrene. Don't quote me on that. But the thing about these neurotransmitters is you drink the water, goes into the bloodstream, goes into your brain, and there's something that needs to be triggered in the brain, and they're called prostaglandins. Prostaglandins can't be triggered if there's no neurotransmitters because you didn't drink any water. Prostaglandins is another transmitter that tells the pancreas that the body needs to do something. The pancreas's job is to regulate sugar, your blood sugar, and it's also to reduce the acidity in your body. So when we eat a hamburger, drink a soda, those prostaglandins, those PGs as we shorten it. Anyway, the PGs tell the body, the pancreas, to send out a lot of alkalinity. Now, if we're not drinking water and we don't get these signals, then the pancreas isn't reducing the acidity. There's a buildup of acidity that happens. So what also happens is the pancreas gets tired and it starts to falter on the insulin pump, because that's the other thing the pancreas does. So as you can see, if you don't drink water, you don't have the chemicals going to the brain, the neurotransmitters, you don't have the PGs being triggered, you don't have the proper alkalinity to digest your food, so you end up with intestinal problems. And the part of our immune system is in our intestines, believe it or not. I was surprised when I learned that. But if you're not processing your food right, if your digestive system is not working right, it just causes a myriad of problems. So we need to get things moving, we need to get things in and out and flushed. The microclustering of the water allows the water to carry things into the cell, as in our nutrients. It can help us pull those nutrients from our food, drags it over into our body. But the water also removes bad things from the body. So the smaller the molecule, the more it can get into those fat cells and pull those toxins out of the fat cells. This machine has been promised to help people lose weight for this reason. So the ORP factor from the free radicals, the good free radicals from the pulverizing of the cell, the alkalinity to reduce the acidity and take the pressure off the pancreas so that your sugars and your digestive system works. Not to mention the water tastes good. I want to mention that because it doesn't have the bad elements in it. This water is microclustered, has an ORP factor from the pulverized molecule, and it has the ability to be smaller and pull things out of the body as well as help things ride on the water and go into your body and make things work. This is a very, very nice tool to have when you have a cold, because colds love acidity. The coronavirus, we don't know enough about it, but we do know that the flu dehydrates, and this water can certainly hydrate every cell of your body without a doubt. So, thank you for listening, and I hope that this was informative enough for you to at least try to just give it look up some information. There's plenty of machines. I don't believe that any one machine is better than the other. I actually, when I began doing this, I actually did an experiment, and I took 2 coffee cans and I put a filter in between, hooked up to 2 different, and positive and negative, and I watched the water get pristine on one side and muddy on the other, and that was enough to convince me to invest in a machine. And now I drink it, but it is very expensive, and that's because the titanium plates are very expensive. They are food grade, and you have to make sure you have the absolute best titanium for the best results. The other, just a PS about the ORP, is one vitamin C is 50 on the ORP scale. 1 drink of water is 350 ORP. So this is very good if you have somebody whose cells need nourishing. Okay? All right. Well, good health to all of you. And I'm going to go let my puppy dog out. She's been scratching on the door, and she's been very patient. So anyway, see you later. Thanks for watching.